Let us now talk about chemical composition of different water types. First talk about rainwater. Natural rainwater is slightly acidic. The rainwater gets chemical composition by dissolving particulate matters and gases from the atmosphere and local sources. Therefore, the chemical composition of rainwater varies locally, regionally as well as seasonally. In natural rainwater, the major ions are bicarbonates, sulfates, nitrates, chlorides, ammonia and cations like sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium. These components can be present together with ammonia, nitrates, nitrogen and other nitrogenous compounds. As mentioned earlier, rainwater composition over the sea and coastal area are significantly different from continental areas. The presence of aluminum and silica indicates continental origin of rainwater, while sodium and chloride indicates coastal origin. The chemical constituents present in snow or ice are closely related to the atmospheric aerosol from which snow is formed. Snow and ice consist of impurities from three major sources. It includes marine or sea salt, terrestrial dust and local anthropogenic inputs emitted by the wind from the marine and continental surfaces. The dominant impurities depend in the part of proximity to continental or oceanic inputs. Moreover, the major ion concentrations in snow are generally less than 1 milligram per liter. One example is shown between the chemical composition difference between rain, snow, which shows a clear differences. That means higher concentration of most ions measured in snow deposition relative to rain, that could be due to the higher efficiency of snow to scavenge aerosol particles. Also, snow chemistry testifies the transport of pollution from anthropogenic emissions and open vegetation fires from the Himalayan foothills and Indian subcontinents. Next, talk about rivers. Rivers transport large amount of waters, dissolved and suspended loads from higher to lower elevations. The composition of river water is exceptionally variable, especially from one place to another and seasonally even within a single watershed. During the dry season, groundwater seepage contributes or glacial mats dominate most of the rivers, while during the rainy season, runoff feeds more water. In general, river waters are dominated by major ions, which constitutes 90 to 95% of all components. Various heavy metals present in river waters in different proportions. Surface water also contains nutrients in the form of ammonia, nitrate, nitrate and phosphates, which are the limiting factor for the growth of aquatic plants. The average concentration of major ions in rivers across the continents differs, which shows already in the table. Contrast to rivers, lakes receive water from a local or small catchment and it mostly surrounded by lands or rocky hills. Hence, the chemical composition is more predictable than streams. However, the order of abundance for cations and anions same as river water. However, the chemical composition can vary with respect to different lake basins. The chemical composition of lakes is also affected by complex chemical, biological processes occurring in the water body. In big lakes, the surface water chemistry is significantly different from the bottom due to the lack of water circulation as a result of thermal stratification. Due to stratification, the surface water having higher temperature, DO content and excess photosynthesis, while excess respiration in their deep layers. That gives rise for a different nutrient profile within the depth. The lower part has lower water temperature as well as lower biological productivity and higher BOD content. Also, the nutrient contents and algal biomass in lakes control the trophic state of lakes. Similarly, now let us talk about wetlands. In the wetland, the water is highly variable depending upon the location. Wetland adjacent to coastal area or seas or blackish environment may salty, while wetlands adjacent to river, lakes receiving water mainly from the atmosphere generally have lower mineral contents. Similar to any other freshwater system, wetland water is also dominated by cations and anions. Next, talk about groundwater. Like river water, in groundwater also bicarbonate is the major ion and calcium is the major cation, followed by magnesium, sodium and then potassium. However, there is some significant chemical variation between river water and groundwater. Groundwater derives its composition from the land surface where the rainfall occurs, from intermediate soil and rocks while seeping and the aquifer where it stays till withdrawal. In general, groundwater has lower turbidity and contaminants than surface water, but it tends to have much higher TDS concentration than surface water. This is due to more water rock interactions and larger residence time. Furthermore, groundwater often has no or low quantity of oxygen, organic contaminants and pathogens. This figure gives the typical composition of groundwater. You will learn more about it from another module on chemistry of groundwater and geogenic contaminants. Then estuary. An estuary is a partially enclosed coastal body with river meets the sea. The mixing process of a river and seawater in the estuary resulting in brackish water. Thus, its chemical composition is transition between river and sea. For example, the TDS of brackish water is between fresh water and saline water. Estuaries show strong salinity gradient. Hope you had a great learning. Thank you.